Hello, my name is Rupan Das. I'm a student of Master's School in Software Development batch. Currently, I'm in revision unit. So today, in my assignment on schema and schema validation, so I need to explain what is schema in Mongoose and why do we need schema. So schema is the basic structure or blueprint of the data which we want to store. So by default, MongoDB is not a MongoDB is a schema-less database. So where data are stored in the form of JSON-like objects, or you can say document. So whenever we can store data without that schema validation, but will not be able to retrieve in a systematic manner, or will not be able to store in a good manner for future use, or to retrieve in a good manner. So that's why we need a structure so that we can store and we can retrieve in a systematic or efficient way. That's why we need a structure or blueprint which is called schema. So Mongoose give us that schema which we will use. So why we need schema? I already explained that by using schema, the data will be stored in a systematic manner, or some uh, it will give some field or validated, so that we'll able to store only valid data. For example, like we can have type suppose we have one field which name is suppose email. There I want to store a string there. So if I don't give schema, we can store number also, no problem. So this is not a good way to store. So we'll give type is a number. So type is a string. So we can only give string there only. So this is why we need that schema. So there are something called required. Where we give required, then that field we need to give the values in that field, and then for validators we can use string, number, boolean, etc. And there are some constraint, like suppose I want to give some age between 18 to 100, so we can use minimum or min, max, etc. or unique for the unique value. We can give that to validate the data and all. So let's go to the VS Code and check how it works. So I have already installed Express and Mongoose and Node1. So let's create our app. Let's get server.js. Let's create a folder for config. Let's create a folder for model. Let's give the name as MongoDB config. For model, that user model or JS. Okay. So let's create the data. Let's connect the database. Going to be async function because I have to wait for database to connect it. So we need to use async function. Yes. Exports. Mod export. So slide. Net. So let's give the database name as test for now, and console it. Like database is connected. TV or error. Console the error connecting TV. Okay. So my connection configuration is done. Let's go for model. Create the schema actually. So let's create the schema, which is just schema. Now I'll give the field name and the validator or the constant, whatever I want to give. So let's give name. Name, it should be string. Okay. So let's give some the field also, the type string, then give the required field. Let's give age, age, let's give type as number, type number, let's give minimum is 10, maximum, let's give email string. So I have written the schema where I have created the user schema where username, age, and email I have given. So let's export it. Okay, first let's create the model. Create the model user. Just now export the model. What you export. So I have export the model also. So I created the schema and I have export them. So let's go to server and I'll create one app to demonstrate how it will work. So let's create the app. First, Express, Express, next, Express, app.use, JSON. Sorry, express.json, express.json. I need to connect the DB. It's called the connected to DB. Connected to DB. Okay, it's already imported. I have get the DB also. Now run the app.list. Let's start on port number 3000. Response. Log service running port 3000. Okay. So let's start on server.js. So it is running and start the server at port number 3000. So let's write the code. App.post. Post our first the put our user values here and then we will get post. The name add user. Let's give add user set endpoint. So slash is needed. And where response to get so add user is like because first I need to start user. So it would be a guessing function. I need to export the model. So this is a model. The model is a model dot create. So I need to create this body. So and then I'll give the response text. Response dot JSON. Give any message. Add a user. And give the user to show. So if it is error, then we just print the error. This so response dot JSON message and adding I'll print the error. Okay. So I'll now create the get user. So let's create app.get, or I'll write get user. Now, so for get user, I'll create one function which will give us the result. Sorry, request and response. Now, get the user. Let's again write stop this async. So, so and find the values. So let's give the response. Yes, dot JSON messages user list or something, or I'll give the user list or the users. Okay. Or if I get any error, I'll print the errors. Just response dot JSON message something's something is wrong. Something's so I have created the app. So let's try in the Postman. So it's running 3000. If I give add user, so in add user, this will be post, and body I need to give the JSON body, which is this scheme. I need to follow this scheme. I can't give any other values, other type of values. So let's give this. So for name, I need to give string name, suppose. For type, I need to give number and minimum for in between this 18 and 100. So let's give 28. And email is a string. Let's give a string at gmail.com. So if I send a request, we can say, you can see that, okay, by some time. So it's add user. Support. Another request. First, let's use the get request. Get user. So if I get the get user and try to train the users, we can see there is no user because currently there is no user. So if I try to add user, post request, I need to give the body raw, and based on my schema, I need to give John. String. So if I send, I can see user is added. So this is the my answer for schema and schema validation. Thank you.